Take 6. If you're interested in coding but you're not sure where to start, Scratch is a great website for beginners. You can use code to create cartoon animations on Scratch. And today, we're going to be going through how you can use Scratch to make all sorts of different projects. I'm Warren, a maker educator at Kid Museum, and we have a lot to talk about today. So if you need to slow this video down, you can open up this video in YouTube and go over to the settings gear, and then click playback speed, and choose a lower number in order to make the video playback more slowly. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you a couple of projects that you could make in Scratch. This first one is a project where you can just put in characters that you like and have them do different things. I'm going to hit this green flag up here. Every time that we start a project in Scratch, we need to start by clicking the green flag to set it into motion. And we hit the stop sign to stop it. This is another example of a project you can make. This is a little soundboard. I'm going to click the green flag, and here you can click different characters or sprites to make them play different sounds. Roar! That last one I recorded myself. I'm going to show you how you can make your own recordings later. And you can also create conversations between different characters. This is another type of project you can make in Scratch. You can use this to tell stories and do all sorts of fun stuff. I'll stop the story here for time, but that's another really cool thing you can make. I'm going to show you skills to create these sorts of animations, and it's up to you what sort of animation you want to make. You can do a lot with Scratch. So the first thing is getting there. All you need to do is take a computer or a phone or a tablet and open up an internet browser and go to Google and search Scratch. You can click the link that says Scratch, Imagine Program Share, and that will take you to a page that looks like this. Now you can click either this white button that says Start Creating or this blue button that says Create. They both take you to the same place. This is the menu where we make Scratch projects happen, and it looks a little bit intimidating, but don't worry. I'm going to break it down and we're going to go through it piece by piece. First, we're going to close this tutorial video here because we have our own tutorial, you and me, right now. So over here on the left-hand side of the screen, we have different blocks. Each block tells our character what they should do. So for example, there's a block here that says move 10 steps. And if we drag it out here and we click it, our character, our cat, does that. They move 10 steps. They move. And if I click again, they'll move. If I click again, they'll move. Every block in Scratch does something to our characters. And what's really cool about Scratch is there's so many blocks, more than we could possibly go over in this video. So one thing that's really fun for you to do is experiment. Try different blocks, see what they do, mess around with them, and have some fun with that. If you want to add other characters to your project, that's easy. There's a button down here with a blue cat face, and you can click on it. And here we can see other characters, or sprites as Scratch calls them, that we can add. So for example, if I want to add a balloon, I can click on the balloon. Now I have this balloon character and my cat character. And you can see that down here in this menu, we have both of these characters, and you can click whichever one you want to write code for. So each character has separate code written for them. So we wrote this code earlier that made our cat do things, moving 10 steps, but we could write different code for our balloon that makes it do something else. For example, we could have our balloon say, hello. What's really cool about Scratch is you can change things about blocks. Any white space that you see is something that you can edit. So instead of having my balloon say hello, I could have my balloon say bloop. And now if I click it, it'll say bloop instead. If you want to get rid of a certain character, you can click the trash bin on that character icon down here. And I'm going to add in a bear this time. So I've got a cat and a bear. You can also add in your own backgrounds by going to this button right here, and then clicking a background of your choice. I think that's pretty cool. So you've seen that we can use different code blocks to make our characters do different things. But one extra cool thing that we can do is we can combine code blocks together. So for example, I've got this block that makes my cat move, but I could also take a block that makes them turn and a block that makes them say something. And I could combine these blocks together so that now when I give them a single click, all three blocks happen at once. Or secret, it's not really at once. They happen one after the one before. They happen in order, but so quickly that it looks like they're all happening at once. So this is pretty cool, but we still haven't been able to get our characters to do things at the same time. That can be really useful. So for example, if I want my cat to do this stuff, and my bear to say, I'm hungry, at the same time, right now what we would have to do is we would need to click our cat's block, and then as quickly as possible run over to the bear and click the bear's block. But that's annoying and a little bit stressful. So what we can do instead is we can program our cat to do its thing and our bear to do its thing when the green flag gets clicked. So one green flag click, and both of our characters do their things. So right now when we click the green flag button, nothing happens. That's because we need to program specific things to happen when the flag gets clicked. If we go over to this events section, this category of blocks, there's a yellow block that says when green flag clicked. We can attach this to any code that we want to happen when the green flag gets clicked. So I'll have my cat do this stuff when the green flag gets clicked, and I'll have my bear do this stuff when the green flag gets clicked. Now when I click the green flag, they both do their separate things at the same time without us needing to run between menus and make them all do stuff. So that's pretty cool. A couple other things you can do. You can make characters make sounds. There's a magenta section here with a block that says play sound until done. If you click this, you get a sound. You can also change what sound plays by going to the Sounds tab right up here, and then clicking Add New Sound, this button down here, and you can select a whole bunch of different sounds. It's up to you what you want to add. So I could make my bear make the sound of some cymbals. So I click that. Now if I go back to my Code tab, I can hit Play Sound, not Pop, Cymbal until done. If I click that, now my bear makes cymbal sounds. You can also record your own sounds by going to the Sounds section, hovering your cursor over this button, and then clicking the microphone. Then you'll need to click Allow, and now you can record your own voice. Roar! So now we can have our bear play recording 1 until done. Roar! And there we go. You can also change the way that characters look. If you go over to the Costumes tab, you can move their body parts around, like you could click this bear's leg and you could rotate it. You could also do things like flipping the bear. For example, if I want my bear to face toward my cat so that now they can have a conversation, for example. That's a way that you can do that. And last, I want to show you how you can save your code, because Scratch doesn't save your code automatically unless you make an account, which is something that we haven't learned how to do today. Excuse me. If you go up to the File button and then click Save to your computer, and then click OK, now you've saved a copy of your code to your computer. And if in the future you go back to Scratch and you hit Start Creating, to get your file back, now all you need to do is hit File, Load from your computer, and then click your project. And there you go. That's the basics of how you can use Scratch. I hope you have fun exploring and experimenting and making things. And if you want to share with Kid Museum something that you've made, you can have a parent help you share it online using the hashtag KidMakes. Hope you had fun, and see you in the next one.